Hey guys, it's your girl and I am back by popular demand. Yes, I said popular demand. I was over here quarantining, minding my business, and my text messages started going off. My DMs started blowing up and people was like, girl, where you been? You ain't gave us no video. You so funny. We want to hear your voice during this quarantine hour. And I was like, I felt like the time was, too much was going on. I was going to sit quiet and sit back and let everybody do their thing. But they was like, we want to hear you. So I decided I want to give the people what they want. Hey! Give the people what they want. Give the people what they want. So I have decided to come back with a segment called Closeted Quarantine Thoughts. That's right. My daughter always says that the closet is always a safe space and you can say what you want inside of the closet because can't nobody hear you. It's how you feel. So anytime you hear something that's not okay, that's not right, that don't sit well in your spirit, remember I'm in my closet. These my closeted quarantine thoughts and y'all can't take them from me. So the first closeted quarantine thought that your girl is bringing you today is... everybody grandma can't cook. That's right, I said it. Everybody grandma can't cook. And that might mean it's your grandma that can't cook. So if you over there saying, oh, not my grandma make the best greens. She make the best fried chicken. She make the best macaroni and cheese. Guess what? It's probably your grandma that can't cook. Now listen, we not going to start talking my grandmas because my grandmother, that she has gone on home to be with the Lord. But stale baby could burn a kitchen down when she was alive. Do you hear me? Anybody that know my grandma, anybody that know anything about my grandma know that she could cook. Now listen, I'm not talking about your grandma. We not comparing grandmas. I'm just saying that everybody grandma can't cook. And you know what? It's probably not even your grandma's fault that she can't cook. Because you know what I'm saying? She probably didn't get the recipes that was passed down from generation to generation to generation. Thou art God. You know what I mean? Because your grandma probably was one of the working grandmas. You know what I'm saying? She had to go to work and provide the victuals for my grandma to cook. Maybe your grandma was one of the grandmas that went to school and now your grandma is a judge, so she ain't got time to be cooking. She just up in there judging everybody and making sure the world is a better place. So she paying people grandmas to make her food. So listen, I'm not judging your grandma. I'm just letting you know that maybe your grandma can't cook. Now, let me let you know how you know your grandma could cook. Because listen, I used to work with somebody and her grandma, when I tell you her grandma can make some macaroni and cheese, baby, she can make some macaroni and cheese, okay? But this is how you know if your grandma can cook. Put this to the test. Let one of your friends or some of your people, co-workers that you cool with, be like, you know what? My grandmother cooking. You want to come over for dinner? Because everybody always want a plate or they want to come over when somebody grandma is cooking. When you invite them over and they walk in the door and they see the food, and if the first thing they say is, I thought you said your grandma was cooking. Oh, baby, that means your grandma can't cook. Oh, yes, baby, that means your grandma can't cook. If your grandma don't know how to make cornbread in a skillet, thank you, God. My mouth watering. If your grandma can't make cornbread in a skillet, your grandma can't cook. Grandma don't know what Crisco is. If your grandma don't know that she need to season her water before she cook her greens, go on and ask your grandma how to season the water to make the greens. If she give you an answer, your grandma can cook. If your grandma don't know that dry beans are supposed to sit in that big old bowl all day with water on them before you start cooking so they can soften, your grandma cannot cook. If your grandma use a measuring cup or a recipe book, that's right, I said it, your grandma can't cook. And we got to do is, we got to start a dang on movement. We got to get all the non-cooking grandmas together with the cooking grandmas and have them learn so they can start a grandma movement of feeding the world. Michael Jackson used to say, heal the world, make it a better place. All grandmas cooking and feeding the world will make it a better place. I believe that, Lord. So listen. I don't make the rules. I definitely, though, enforce it. But if any of these things apply to your grandma, show her this video and hook her up with one of the neighborhood grandmas. If it's Miss Shirley that make the best sweet potato pie, get your grandma down there to her to start taking some cooking lessons. Your grandma is never too old to learn. 72 is not too old to learn how to cook. Go on out there and then start having your grandma cater block parties and get her cooking skills up. This is your girl Tan O. This has been another one of my closeted quarantine thoughts. Remember that the closet is always a safe space.